I'm Lisa.
And I'm Crystal.
And we're the teen librarians at the Greenville County Library System. Welcome to Teen Cuisine. We're making chocolate dipped strawberries. Now this is not something that you can go out and say, hey, I want to make some strawberries today, and just go into your refrigerator and do this. This is going to take a little bit of time and a little bit of thought, because these strawberries have to get washed, they have to be completely dry, and they need to be at room temperature, which means these have been sitting out for several hours now. They've been clean, they're dry, because if not, when you put the chocolate on, it's not going to stick to the strawberry, and it's not going to give you a good effect. Now with dipping strawberries, it can be a little bit tricky. We are not going to worry too much about tempering the chocolate, but I'm going to tell you what that is. When you go to make candies with chocolate, you want the outside coating to be glossy and smooth, because if not, when you pick it up, you're going to get chocolate all over your hands. So you do something called tempering chocolate, and basically what you're trying to do is to get that chocolate to just about exactly 90 degrees. If you get it too hot, you melt all the sugar crystals in the chocolate and they go everywhere and they're not going to hold up nicely. If you get it to just about that sweet spot of about 90 degrees, then you are going to have nice, even sugar crystals, which make a nice effect on the outside of it. So you can do that by using a double boiler and using something called a lovely candy thermometer, where you can judge where your candy is getting up to, or even better, this is a digital thermometer. And so there is an easy way to do it in the microwave.
All right. So we've already put this chocolate in the microwave for 30 seconds. And now I'm taking it out to stir it. You want to put chocolate in at 30-second intervals the first 2 times, and then 10-second intervals after that. And you'll mix it after every time so that it doesn't burn and to keep that consistency. So I'm going to put it back in for a second, 30 seconds.
And if you're really worried about tempering chocolate, then after about the first minute, you can start taking the temperature to make sure that it's not getting over 90 degrees. Now, that can be a lot of work. We're not going to worry about it so much with this one, but there's also an easy way to do this, and that is using something called candy melts. Now, chocolate and white chocolate, and I've melted some white chocolate here. White chocolate just has cocoa butter in it. It does not have the dark milk, the dark chocolate solids. These melt into, it has the cocoa butter and flavoring. It's not quite as chocolatey tasting as the chocolate that you would get from melting chocolate. But you also don't have to worry about tempering it, because the sugar crystals are going to behave pretty nicely anyway. So I have bought, this is a container of melted chocolate melts and candy melts, and it melts nicely. It takes a little over a minute. And so Crystal's going to keep melting that. I've taken white chocolate and I've put it in a container. And Crystal's going to continue over there with hers. We have put it into this kind of a container because it makes it a lot easier to dip your strawberries. So I have a cookie sheet here and a piece of parchment. You can use parchment, you can use wax paper, you can use whatever you want. And I'm going to take this strawberry and I'm going to grab it by its cute little green handle. And I'm going to dip it straight in, and I'm going to pull it straight out. And I've got a nice even coating, and I'm gonna lay it right down on my parchment paper so that it only has a little bit of a lip. I can do the exact same thing over here with my candy melt, and this is a milk chocolate one. And I'll dip it just like this over here. And you see it melts a lot looser. It's going to be a lot easier to dip. And just lay it like that. Now you can have fun with it. You can take your strawberry and you can dip it straight like this. And then you shake it off just a little bit. And then I'm going to take one of these cool long toothpicks and I'm going to dip it into my candy melt. And I'm just going to give it some polka dots.
Looks real nice.
And I'm just going to put it just like that.
We can officially welcome milk chocolate to the party. All right, so as you could see, melting your own chocolate may take a long time, and you just have to have the patience to keep mixing it. Don't try to go too fast. Don't put it in for 2 minutes and just leave it. It will turn out better if you do not do it.
It burns
Yeah.
if you're not careful with it.
And smells bad.
And it smells very bad. But the fun thing is you don't have to just use strawberries. You can also use other fun things, and Crystal's going to show you just how you do that.
Marshmallows, love them. They're not just for hot chocolate. Please see our other videos. All right, so you can dip marshmallows in your glass with a toothpick. Makes it easier to get them back out. You can stack marshmallows to make them into things like snowmen. That's really all I have for you for ideas.
So I'm going to just continue. You see how I have it nice and deep in here? If you're going to melt chocolate, it's easiest if you do like an entire pound of chocolate at a time. It gets much harder the less you're trying to melt. So it just works a lot better if you do it in larger amounts. So once you've got them all coated and on your tray, and you can do fun things like that, and you can make it look like it's melting. So I put some white chocolate down, and then I'm going to layer on a strawberry, and it will all melt together and be a big presentation. You can put it in the refrigerator for about half an hour. If it's a candy melt, then you need to take it out after half an hour because the chocolate gets dull and really not pleasant if it sits in the refrigerator. You can also take out the ones that you've dipped in this kind of chocolate, but it is more likely to melt and it's not going to be as stable. You're going to want to eat it pretty quickly. It's not going to last terribly long. But the cool thing is, once it's completely cool and completely hardened, then you get a tasty and delicious chocolate dipped strawberry that looks nice and tasty, and it's delicious. So we hope you enjoy trying this on your own. You just need a microwave and a little bit of patience. And we look forward to seeing you the next time on Teen Cuisine.